Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we're live, everyone. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. What a weekend. What a great trip. Um, yeah, we got a really, really good show for y'all tonight. Um,
Hmm.
we'll get this thing started here in a second. Lots of great cars, lots of good stories. I want to get your input as well on the custom contest. I
Hmm.
think I think you represented us quite well this past weekend. So,
Well, thank you.
yep, you did an amazing job. Let's see. There we go. Let me get into here. Yeah, there we are. Yep, Brent was replaced.
No,
I can't type either.
and I don't have a way of seeing comments.
Well, I can see him from over here. How's
Okay.
everyone doing tonight? Um, yeah, Brent's having some phone issues, and so he's going without the live with us, but he's here in spirit, and he's got his comments ready to go, so he gets to be part of the peanut gallery tonight. Okay, so
Ooh.
here's the deal. We're gonna have a breakdown of Charlotte. We're gonna do talk about the goods, the bads, what we see, what we didn't see. We might have a diecast meet update uh, as well. So this will not be a Brian Klein takeover, but it could end up being a Brian Klein takeover. We have lots of plants in your background too. So uh, let's get into it,
All right,
shall we?
let's do it.
Okay. So, what were your first thoughts when you got off the plane Tuesday?
A lot of excitement. Been waiting. For me, it's been 10 plus years of waiting to go to a nationals or an event like this. So I was super excited. A little nervous leading up to it, but just kind of hit the ground running per se.
Okay. Very good. My first thing was getting off the plane and after the 45-minute wait sitting out in the on the tarmac. CJ, how are you doing tonight? Was
Yeah, CJ.
getting in there, and the first thing we see is a scooter. I
Hmm.
was like, this is going to start off well. And those of you who don't know, um, at the end, we got to see the other landmark, which was a Prius. That's what we rode in to go to the airport. So it seemed fitting. Uh, so, what did you think of the process of going through getting your cars, your registration? Once you were able to do it.
Overall, it was a good process. I mean, it was a lot of waiting, per se. That was kind of the only downfall. But it seemed like they, had for the most part areas to go and kind of streamline where you need to go each way of the process. So that was pretty good.
You weren't prepared for the lines, were you?
No, no, it was a lot of hurrying up and waiting, which it's new to me, so I wasn't really knowing exactly what to expect. But needless to say, there's a lot of people with the last name with an A through H.
Yep, that line seemed to take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I know for me, I did the vending pole, which I had never done before. I was never really
Hmm.
interested in wanting to do that. So that was a new experience for me. And it was cool. I got a couple cars out of it that I didn't have. Um, they're millions. They're very cool cars. I'll probably
Yep.
trade them off. They're just something I don't collect. So they will be on the table at Diecast Meet. I think
Nice.
the other big impression that I got from the first day and a half there was how much more noticeable our club was to other collectors across the country. That was really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they saw the shirt. They're like, "Oh yeah, we know you guys. Oh yeah, we've heard about your show. Oh yeah, you know, this or that." So that was cool. I like that. It was nice to see.
Yep.
What was something that was disappointing to you?
Nothing overall per se. Just the waiting in line. You know, going from a collector. We're used to getting to the store, getting right in, looking for what we need to get and all that. And I know this is a different platform, but I think that was ultimately really the only disappointing thing. And it really wasn't disappointing because you got to mingle with other people and get to know new people that you would never get the chance to meet. So all in all, it was really just a great experience. As far as the vending machine goes, did that. I did a lot of things in the convention. My pulls were all right. I actually got the little sticker deal to where they pulled it in. You got a sticker. Oh, where's my camera?
There you are. You're perfect.
Yep. So, then they yell winner, and then they pull from a different pile. And I got the 1/43rd scale time machine, Hot Wheels Elite.
Nice.
So
that's a good piece.
And then my second pull, as some of you watched, I opened this up on Thursday night on our live show. So I was really happy with my pulls as far as that goes. That was pretty awesome. Wasn't expecting to win something extra.
Yep. Yes, that was good too. The other thing that I saw that was really cool amongst the group that we went with, Klein tried to come up with a working theory on how to ensure that we got as many winners as possible, and I think it worked. But the cool thing after that was, hey, I don't have this one. Okay, well, I have that one, but I don't have this one. Will you trade with me? And it just automatically, right on the spot, no questions asked.
Yep.
That
was
I
awesome.
thought was really cool. That's very pure in and of itself. So that was cool.
Yep.
I think
I would agree.
I think the CEU guys, or the Collectors Events Unlimited folks, did a very good job of trying to keep us informed, especially on Tuesday with the pallet situation and getting all the supplies here. So I want to give them a little tip of the cap there to get get everything working in an order and as quickly as possible. Now the next day, there was lots of grumbling, but they're trying to make this up and make it as fair as possible and come up with the plans B, C, and D when plan A kind of got thrown out the window.
Yeah, they were kind of behind the 8 ball there for the first day or a couple days, I would say, to get everything back to the way it should be. But I think they did great handling that.
So on another note, what did you think of Wednesday night and the opening reception?
That was really cool. They welcomed everybody. Everybody got a ticket, so you had an opportunity to get your number called to win. I wouldn't say a rare piece, but one of 50, one of 100 type of piece. They offered some snacks and drinks just to kind of welcome everybody. So that was really cool.
And the autograph session that was the best part. For me. With that, you have numbers you have to put in the vending machine. So it's just like any other vending machine. You pick A1, B4, whatever the number it is. You go up, and just like any other regular vending machine, you can go ahead and pick a number, and whatever you get is whatever you get. You can't see inside what that is. So that's
Yep.
the luck of the draw with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one designer that I like the most, and I like them all, I should say, the one that jumped out to me was Matt Gabe, and
Yep.
he's newer, so to speak. He hasn't
Mm-hmm.
been to too many conventions that I can remember. I don't know how long he's been working at Mattel, but his enthusiasm, not only just to be at the convention, but to way he interacted with the collectors, I thought was really, really cool. He
Yeah,
was
I would
very,
agree.
very much into that. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Matt, I think I spoke with Brent about it. You could tell he was very green to the convention atmosphere, but that's kind of, what the good part about it is. He was pure at heart, he was great with everybody, you know. He even tried to assist me one night in getting a bottle opener and ended up bringing me the one little thing that you use to like open a door, that little like plastic piece that you get.
Yeah, I'm
Needless to
trying to
say, it did
find
not
mine.
work. So,
I thoroughly enjoyed the way he interacted with everyone.
yep,
You know, I
yep,
hope that continues for him in that
yes,
sense. And I'm not trying to say the other designers weren't, but it
no,
just stood out more with him
yeah,
than anybody else. Everybody was, they're always great. They're always very welcoming. They're
yep,
always
humble,
very, yeah, they're very accessible. That's the other word I
yes,
would like to say with that.
hmm, agreed.
So, during that trip down the autograph session, I only went twice. I did manage to get something done, and we showed it last
Nice.
Thursday, and we're going to show it again today. And this is the tool that you were referring to,
Yeah,
I think.
yep, it
So,
was.
yeah, that's not a bottle opener, that's a door opener, but hey,
Mm-hmm.
well, and I was talking about this right here. Now I walked this through. This had every designer that was there. So, Mr. Zarnock, Mr. Walker, Julian. Let's see who Matt, Manson, Brendan, Coco, Stangler, and Pope signed it as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the back side, we got a
Little
little
Easter egg.
extra love from Mr. Walker. And we got our P-Way Zarnock and a little sketch there, or a little customization, or
Yep.
whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to go to diecast meet, and we're going to give this away at diecast meet, whether we're going to donate it to the charity or to the prize pack, or if we're going to have it at our table from one of our folks. I don't know yet. We've got a week to decide,
Mm-hmm.
but this will be going to Fremont. So that's one of two things. And we'll just put that down there. So let me go. And Kyle Escobar says he's looking forward to Ohio. He's going to bring the wife and the kids as well. Yeah, we missed you guys as well. And Connie Basham does an amazing job with the pictures,
Mm-hmm.
as always.
Yep.
And I don't think people really appreciate the work that she does and the time she puts into it. And it's all volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
She's not getting paid for that. So, again, a big thank you to Miss Connie on that.
Yes, she putting in a lot of work, and she's still posting pictures.
Yeah. It's the best way, short of being there or following us, to see what's going on and see some of the amazing things. And I think Ed last year was messaging people that had rooms and say, hey, can I buy this? And
Mm-hmm.
making deals through that. So that was cool too. It's another way to interact without actually being there. So the
Yeah.
other thing we talked about is, we met Mike Oplander. That was another,
Yes.
I enjoyed talking with him. He was very nice, very approachable. Again, he is the guy that we're going to buy our wheels from. And that Cyclone you saw with the blue wheels, uh, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, that's who we're going to go through. And he was just tremendous. And
Yep.
his whole crew that he had in there. What were your impressions of him?
It was really good. I actually had just ordered a couple sets of wheels from him that arrived Monday before I left to Charlotte. But yeah, just great conversations with him and the two gentlemen that were in his room. Of course, they had a lot of stuff that piqued my interest there. But he had a wide array of wheels. I mean, you name it, different sizes, lengths, etc. Yeah, he was a good guy.
Now we're just going to put, type a little message out here. So the other thing that I saw that I thought was really great was how Miss Sandy, who walked in the background there, she seemed to interact well with everybody, which
Yes.
is really cool. So she got to do and see some amazing things as well. Hi, Sandy.
Kent says hi.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's in.
back in her Amazon.
Yes. So, what else was there? That there was something else I was wanting to mention that we didn't really talk about yet, but I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Well, I mean, I would like to just say, off the top, it was really nice meeting a lot of new people. I'll probably forget a bunch of people, but you got Roy and Charity, of course, Greg and um, Melanie, Joe Smalls. We did some business with him, so shout out to him. Um, again, we talked about Matt already. Lee and Angela. We see them a lot, but it was great, to see them. Um, yeah, and I guess Manson, the whole Mattel
Manson was
crew.
great.
Yeah. So yeah, just wanted to, definitely shout them out because it was, awesome to see and interact with everybody.
So tell me what it was like for you when you were going through room to room. And, this is your first time at convention.
Mm-hmm.
What were you seeing? Were you able to? Obviously, we found a couple of things together.
Yeah, yeah, we found a few things.
But tell me about that process for you. How was it intimidating? Was it like easy? You know,
Yeah, I would say it wasn't really intimidating at all. Everybody was pretty welcoming. Always saying hi, how's it going? Having a good show. Nobody was, I guess sideways or anything of that nature, or everybody seemed to be, in a great mood, welcoming, you know, and everybody was, easy to work with. And, like most shows, if they're offering a price, try to come back at them and, kind of barter a little bit. Nobody really, had any bad attitude towards that, so you either made the deals or you didn't. But overall, everybody was really good. So, yeah, made it really easy to just kind of walk into hundreds of, rooms.
yes. And yes, I want to thank Tim for giving me that opportunity to rip a red line. It's something that I
Hmm.
don't do very often, and I actually enjoyed it. It was fun. I did throw the card at Roy, so and Brent got to rip one too. Greg made him do
Nice.
one as well. Although Brent was a little bit more shaky, but I can't tell if that shakiness was because we were open the Reds or it was because we had just finished the show. And I don't want to get into the show just yet. I mean, the show was pretty cool in and of itself, and definitely not the way we expected it to go. And we made do, but it turned out pretty well, I felt like.
Yeah.
So tell me, yeah, Brent didn't like it. So tell me what your thoughts were when you were preparing to put your car into the custom contest, and what were your feelings when you did put your car down next to some of the other competitors?
When they opened up the doors, there was a lot of us waiting to get in. So, I was a little, hot under the collar, just trying to get everything set up, fill out the form, make sure everything was put in the right class. And then, once I kind of got all that put down, it was actually pretty easy. It was, watching everybody put their stuff down, and I started mingling with other customizers, and yeah, and then just kind of went about my day. So, there's a lot, as far as that goes, there's a lot of good cars out there. Everybody's got their own iterations, which is cool to see. So yeah, it was just cool to be a part of something like that.
Good. Did you think that you were competitive with other cars out there, or do you feel like there's something, maybe you would improve upon if you were to do it again? You seemed
Yeah.
very quiet and reflective once your car was there. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, no, as far as, my entries, I feel that I do a good job, and I feel I was, in the classes that I entered, I felt, I did good customs and I had a chance to win. Um, you know, so, but, for me, I'm always gonna learn. I will never not learn something when it comes to customs, because I will never pretend to know everything. You could always learn something. So, you know, that's just, the humbleness, I guess, in me. I, you know, don't, walk into a room full of great customizers and, think that I'm above anybody, because, there's always going to be somebody that's just as good or better. So I just went in with, that attitude, and, enjoyed the experience for what it was, and learned a few things along the way, and, rubbed elbows with other customizers, which that was the main thing I wanted to do. So,
Good. Now, I know I told you in Charlotte, and I'm going to say it again. I was very proud of you and your work, and, the way you represented the club and all of that. And I will say this again. I am, very proud of you and all of the customizers that we have. But, you did a good job, man. I was very, very
well, thank
happy
you.
with
And thank you, Brent.
how you represented us.
Well, thank you. And yes, we do
We
have good customizers in our group.
And, we've got a question. Reagan would like to know if we could see your cars that you entered.
You'll have to come to diecast meet.
Ooh, there we go, laying it down. Hey, Mr.
They are
Troy, how are
not.
you?
They are not readily available. I am sorry.
Now, I know you got a couple offers on some of your cars too, I had heard.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Yep.
Nice. That's got to be a good feeling.
Most definitely. That's the ultimate compliment, that somebody really, likes your work. I mean, gives you, good compliments, and, wants to purchase your work.
Shots fired. Okay, so I've never been to dinner. So tell me about what you thought about dinner.
Being it was my first time, I felt that, I needed to attend just, and the chance that, I don't do it again. But overall, the experience was great. I got to, meet a handful of people at our table that I didn't know. And then also, we sat with Caven and then his friend and his wife. So, it was a good experience just to mingle with those guys. And then, of course, we were actually pretty much right behind all of the Mattel designers. So we got to, have some back and forth there. Um, food wise, the food was good. Um, and the presentation for Julian was nice. All of the, nice things they said about him. And then they gave him some gifts at the end of their presentation. They gave him an old, I believe it was 65 Mustang steering wheel mounted on a piece of wood. So that was pretty cool. Dave, it was great to meet you and the entire C4 crew.
Nice. Well, that sounds really, really good.
Yeah.
Brent and I talked about that afterwards, and we were like, we've never done dinner before, and we're like, well, we should probably do it at least once, so we have that
We got it.
full experience. So
I would agree.
maybe in the next year or two, we'll probably do the dinner. Okay. Let's see what else was there. We will
speak.
Yeah, pictures.
Is that Reagan?
Yeah, that's Reagan. Pictures.
Well, maybe.
More teasing going on.
Are you part of convention pictures on Facebook?
And you're getting some more love there, Nick. I think you made a good impression on a lot of folks from the Northeast Ohio group, as well as the C4 group. And Miss Melanie gave you the finger approval.
Sweet.
We can't repeat that here, but if you know, you know.
That's right.
What did you think of Guy's Pizza?
That was awesome. I thought let's see here. And I don't have my ticket anymore, but that was awesome to, mingle with those guys, and what they do to, put on that, I guess pizza dinner per se. And then just really, give back to, their friends and family and everybody that was there. So that was really awesome of Greg and Roy and Mike to put that on. And if I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry. Dave.
And Rand and a couple other folks.
Yep. Yeah, Rand was a good guy.
That's a great event to be a part of. And I always appreciate the invite if I get it, and I don't miss that. It's just a great way to sit down and enjoy people and time and things like that. So was there anything that was a disappointment or maybe a letdown, so to speak, or not quite,
as far as
convention goes, or not quite what you expected?
No, I don't believe so.
Not even the elevators?
No, I had fun with that. Especially when the elevators were full.
Yeah, there was a couple of times.
I got to play security guard every time it opened.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, the elevators are horrible every place we go. They always get overcrowded. They slow down, and you learn just to walk the steps. However, you don't want to go from the ground floor all the way up to the 11th floor. That's not fun. I found out I'm very winded. Okay, so let's talk about Thursday night and the live show Um, the dark rooms. Oh yeah, that's a very true, Brent. The dark rooms were horrible, and
Yeah.
then half the one side of the hotel you couldn't have a refrigerator. They didn't have them. Hey Manny, how are you?
Hey, Manny.
Camaro.
Where?
Well, I don't know. Camaro.
Hmm.
Uh, let's see here. Thursday night. That was definitely not what we were expecting or trying
Yeah.
to do.
Yep.
And the first thing I want to do is apologize to everybody with having to push the time back
Hmm.
and having to reset the time a couple of times. I think if I could do that again, I think we would do our show first, you know. But I
Hmm.
think we were waiting to do the Hardy Adams and then follow into the show like we had done last year. We weren't expecting dinner to go as long as it did,
Right.
and waiting for the Hardy Adams to get started. Uh, I think that played into it. So I want to apologize for everybody for the late start. Yeah, Thursday was nuts.
Hmm.
Brent was running all over the place, and even Nick was running all over the place a little bit. But I
Yep.
think it gave everybody a unique perspective of how the convention was working and how different it was.
Yep. Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth, with the Hardy Adams, but I think overall it was a cool experience. Um, so although it might not have been, PG, but I think, at the end of the day, you got to bring everybody something that you don't normally get to see.
Yes. And what I liked about it is, Joe Alvarado opened it up for everybody to come watch. In the
Hmm.
past, that had been an invite only and had
Okay.
been somewhat kept to that small group. But I
Hmm.
love the fact that now that this is open up to everybody and everybody can come watch it, the crowd is a little bit bigger this year than last year. And
Hmm.
the cool thing about it was being able to broadcast that to our folks from multiple angles, which you did an amazing job, by the way. And so did Brent.
Hmm. Yep.
I just sat there in the corner, like, not screwing anything up here. You guys did everything. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yes, our better story. Oh, wow. There's a lot of hate going on right now.
Man.
It says
Wow.
they're a nobody. Oh, you're not a nobody, Reagan. And Reagan says Manny says, Reagan, I'm confused. Okay. But, yeah, Brent, you were tired. You could tell too. And it was like, it was great. That's the one thing I liked about what about that was, both different angles because you could see the car getting smashed from both sides and you can see
Hmm.
all the parts flying, and that was really, really cool. And I'm glad we got to do
Yeah.
that. Uh, and even a couple of the designers came over and asked us what we were doing, and we were showing them behind the scenes as well. So that was very, very
Hmm.
cool. You don't
Yeah.
get that type of interaction very often sometimes. So I was happy to share with them with that. One designer actually thanked us for the profile that we had done on them, and they had
Hmm.
one of their friends had seen it and shared the video to that designer, and they came up to us and said, "Oh man, I really, really like it." And in fact, he said it a couple of times, which was really good. So I feel like the club through this show is doing something cool to educate and
Yeah.
share. So what were your thoughts, sharing or doing the video uh, during the Hardy Adams Invitational?
I really enjoyed it. Joe was kind of hiding the cars from me, so I tried to get the best shot I could. Yeah, PJ's, speaking of the robot, I got hit a few times with that one. A couple screws and nuts came off of it. Thankfully, I wasn't hurt, but, ultimately it all went to charity. I think somebody was asking what it all was about. And basically, there's a group of guys that get together, a select group of guys get together to build customs, and then they have like stipulations on, we have these 3 castings, and you have to customize it into one car. And then they line up all the cars, each car gets a number, and then they raise the car up, and then you get a yay or a nay, and the yay moves on to the next round. The nay goes up for auction, and then whoever wins the auction gets to either choose to crush the car or take the car home. So a lot of them got crushed, which was great to see all the carnage. There was a select few that decided to take the cars home, and then all of the money raised goes to the Hardy Adams.
It went to Children's Miracle Network.
Okay, I wasn't quite sure on that, but yeah, it all goes to a charity. So that was awesome.
Yeah, I think the total was a little over 1,200 for that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was great to see as well, and that was, again, just a handful of guys working together to give back. So that's really, really cool to do that. I did like PJ's comment during the show where he was like, "Oh, don't smash the Spider VW. No, don't smash it because that's Roy's." So, a little sucking up there, but that's cool. We're down with that. Oh wow,
Nice.
that would be, PJ. I think you would have a great time.
Yeah, you would.
I would definitely feel like you should experience it. And that was something else that I got from talking to a few folks, back here, was that the interest for going seemed to be peaked a little bit more than last year. Would you go again?
Definitely. Yep.
Yeah, because it's like once you go, you're hooked, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. And like, we always say, and you guys have repeated, going to other nationals, it's, the cars are just a bonus. The people you get to meet and hang out with and go to dinners with or lunches with or do separate events. It's just cool to meet new people and make new friends.
Right.
So,
and you got to hang out with some pretty cool folks too that we didn't get to hang out with. So I was kind of jealous of that. I ain't gonna lie, but that was cool too. But I mean, I was happy for you that you got that opportunity because that doesn't happen all the time. So
no,
that was cool. I think though, personally for me, other than watching you and Sandy have a great time, the best part was it Tuesday night when we did it? When we went up and gave the ecto? I don't remember.
Man, it all kinds of runs together, to be honest with you. It was late for sure. I think it was around midnight. I do remember that. But yeah, that was amazing. It went from doing it to, we'll wait. And then we got another call to, go do it. So, Mr. Hot Wheel Hunter, thank you for the opportunity to do that. It felt amazing.
Yes, that was a good night. I think Lee was blown away with it. And Brent says, yes, it was Tuesday night. Uh, just to see that look of happiness on Lee's face. I
Yeah.
know he'd been searching for that car for quite a while, and the backstory behind it with, accidentally selling it and keeping his word that he would send it off. It comes back, and he got it back, and the way in which it happened, a friend helping a friend through
Hmm.
the Bono family, was really,
Yep.
really cool. So
Yep.
I think that was, or Wednesday, he says. I can't remember. Me neither.
Told you. But yeah,
No, we
it
are
was awesome.
we are not rock stars. We are just normal collectors, just like anybody else who would help anybody else. We were, as we
Yep.
told Lee, we were just the delivery people.
Yep. We
Let's
didn't
talk.
treat it like FedEx.
No, although we were worried about dropping it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I got nervous holding it. He had it on his lap the entire trip home.
Nice.
I did see a picture of where he actually opened it too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
oh yeah, we did. We had to walk back to the hotel, and we were worried about being in the rain. That's right. I
Yep.
remember that.
Okay. Yep.
So let's talk cars, because we haven't done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty amazing. His entire family is pretty awesome. We haven't talked cars yet.
Okay. Let's do that.
What was your top find or get?
You know what that is. You want to put it up at the same time?
Yeah, let me go get mine, because mine's hanging next to my other one.
Okay. When he does that, I did make a trade for this bad boy.
Yeah, you were I remember seeing the happiness on your face when you saw that.
Yeah.
When you got that.
I was not expecting that one. So,
Okay.
amazing piece to have.
So on a count of 1, 2, and 3, we're twinning.
Yep. Of course, I had to get the extra protection with the Covell case.
If I didn't pay what I did for this, I'd probably have it ripped open. You've got another question from Mr. Dave?
Yes, Dave, it was my first.
And then these are the stickers that come with it.
Yep.
Ignore this one right here, but that's pretty much it right there. These eventually will probably come out and go onto the suitcase. So
nice.
Let's talk now. Let's do a convention car, because we haven't done a convention car yet.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the first one, and this is the Blazer. I like it. I like the paint on it. I like the flame job on it. It seems to be right now not the one that gets the most love, but I think this is cool, because I think this is the first time they've used that casting.
Yeah, I think the execution on it is nice. It wasn't overdone, and the colors go well together.
Brent says he loves it. So, yes.
Here's number 2.
Nope. See, this is a hard one for me, because as a JDM man like yourself,
yep,
the car is awesome.
Yep.
The designer who did it is pretty much a legend.
Yep.
So you can't not love that car. But my overall love for the finale and all things Dodge has to win out here.
Yeah.
The Ferd we won't talk about. But here is I'm trying not to catch the reflection, and I'm failing.
There you go.
There we go.
Yep.
Here is the finale. This is the '69 Dodge Charger Elephant. And I love the color. I love the combination.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that there's not a huge deco or a huge emblem on the car anymore. It's pretty much a
Yep.
fairly street designed car. It says Finale on the back and Charged Up on the front license plate. I did hear rumors
Mm-hmm.
that there were, how do I want to say this, a variation on the license plates. I think some said both sides Charged Up. Who designed it? That was one of Brendan's, his
Mm-hmm.
designs.
Yep.
Yes, Kyle, I would agree. It's the best paint, best detail. And that's hard because the S2000 I thought was done very well also. Now you have the Mustang, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
Really
have
bad
one,
Mustang.
so
Yep.
so if you wouldn't mind showing one. And then, we haven't talked about the night races yet too, and I feel like we need to give that some love as also. There you go. And that's a pretty car as well. I like the wheel combination. I like the small white walls, the radial tires. I love that it's a factory color.
Yep.
And then the long gone as well.
And then the badge. I did not get that one.
I've got the long gone over here, so let me grab that. What
Got a signature.
Oh, nice. And here is the charity car. This was a long gone done by Mr. Walker. This is 600 pieces total. Again, all proceeds went to Children's Miracle Network. Mine was number 482 of 600. Again, the long gone charity truck, which I think began life as a mail-in.
I'm going to try to go through a handful of cars here real quick. So, like you mentioned before, the pizza party, they did as well hand out tickets to win something. And my number was pulled, and I got this.
Very, very nice.
Pretty happy with that.
Okay, so I have one more car to show as well, too, from a special event, so to speak.
I think I know where you're going.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to taunt you with this.
Ooh.
Okay, so we were invited to and got tickets for the lunch bash that was held or hosted by Mike Bungie from the Northeast Ohio group. And I had a raffle ticket and I won a 1 of 6 drag buses. This is a custom by Mr. Walker. So that was pretty cool. Pretty cool to get that the very first time we went. Hopefully in the future I'll be invited to go back or get the opportunity to get tickets. Let's see.
Okay, I did not get the opportunity to get invited or buy tickets, but I did procure this from the lunch bash. It's got a lunch bash on there. Got Mr. Walker to sign it for me.
Nice.
Really nice piece.
Now, the lunch bash was great. It was just a really good opportunity to sit down, break bread, as we like to say, and talk with some folks at the show that we normally don't get to do. And so I enjoyed that very, very much. So hopefully, that will continue to happen in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I thought there was something on YouTube that somebody had made a comment, but I don't see it. The other things is that we saw, I did get one of Brendan's patches, which I thought was kind of cool. I like it a lot. It's very well done. So
Yeah.
I'll find a spot for that up on my wall. And then again, here is the patch for the truck. They did the truck this year. I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, so this next car I have, I don't think I had pictures of it, but this we got in. We got it in Charlotte, but the original truck was originally done in 2018 for the LA convention by Joe Small. And we had dinner at In-N-Out again. We just got asked to come. Was not expected. It was very cool. We got a pink one, but these were the gold chase ones. And Brent and I got the last two of that. So that was cool to do and have as well. Let's see. What else did we have for? I did work on my Blackwall collection, and I was able to get this Jeep, which was really, really cool. Yep, white wall or white hub, Real Rider. It's on an unpunched card, but it probably won't stay that way for very long. And then this car. It's from 2012. It's the Mini. I've seen this car only twice, and I let it go through my hands once, but not this time. It's definitely came home with me, and I was very happy to have it. So this will probably get long go home. It was long back from In-N-Out. Yes, it was. Way, way too long. All right, what else did you get?
Well, I got both the 21st drag bus finale, and the other one was just waiting to be plucked as well. So I got the LA drag bus as well.
Nice.
And then one thing I've been on the hunt for the better part of at least 10 years or so.
That's a great story.
If anybody, knows that I am a Batman collector. So I've been looking for the 04 Zamac Batmobile and leave it to Nationals to help me get that off the list.
Now, you need to say the other part of that story, too.
Oh, okay. So, Kent was looking for a Zamac to get himself current. I think it was the Chevy Nova Zamac. And, we had found those. And then I think later in the night, we were down in a gentleman's room. I forget his name. Rand's room. And I was in the hallway texting the wife, and all I hear is Brent say, "Hey, Nick." And I was like, okay. So I walk in. He's like, "You're never going to believe it." And I'm like, "What's going on?" He pulls up the Nova Zamac, mind you, after Kent had purchased it. And I started laughing. And he's like, "Oh, no, you're not out of the woods yet." Lo and behold, on the bed was another Batmobile. So, needless to say, after all these years, I didn't only come across one, I came across two.
Within about 30 minutes.
Yep. And we were up and down the hotel looking for your car.
Yep. And then we found yours. And then we found mine again, too. All right. So Dave has a question, and I got it up on the screen there for you.
Yep.
So what was your best takeaway?
I would have to say just the interaction with all of the people that I met, whether it be at the pizza, the rooms, and definitely, can't go without saying the midnight races. That was a lot of fun. So yeah, I mean, the cars are going to be there, and it was really cool to knock off this Batmobile off my list, but just getting to meet all the people that I got to meet was awesome and break bread with, as you would say.
As I would say. we'll have to give a thank you to Corey Spencer. I know he's in here tonight. He just popped in, so say hi to
Yes.
Corey.
Yes. Killer piece on that transformer thing, Corey. That was amazing to see.
That was actually kind of sad to see get smashed, and then not only that, it was tough. I mean,
yeah, it took him a minute.
Yeah, they took 2 or 3 people to smash that. Also, Mike Wickert, thanks for coming in tonight, and it's good to see some of your family down there. We got a little Go Big Red in there as well. Let's see. Well, we haven't talked about racing and the midnight races. That was fun, wouldn't you say?
Yep.
Oh, yep. We each got our own car. Then we bought some cars.
Yep.
As well, and I know you bent an axle on one of yours.
Yep. Right away.
That one went to the pile. Now my
Yep.
GM Ultra, whatever, the cop car from Demolition Man. I found out today it's got a couple paint chips. Brent says it dented one of the poles.
It was a loud ding.
Yeah, you're more than welcome, Corey. It was good to have you on as well and have you watching. Night, Manny. Yeah. The other thing is I did bend the front driver's side wheel too on it, but there are a couple of times you hear cars going ding, and then Nick hurting his hand when he got a car smashed into it. The noodle head. No, it was horrible. It needed a lot of work. I ran it a few practice rounds, and it was getting beat by modern cars, so I knew it was kind of pointless to even try. And I hate to say that, but it was pretty bad. So it's sitting back in my collection, looking nice next to the Redline Charger I bought, which that thing was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Was a Toys R Us black Camaro? Yes, it was. And then you had this car, the Fastback, but you had the one that looked like the Chevy one, the Chevy sponsored one. So the Huffman Racing. Midnight Racing was a great experience. It hadn't been done, I think, in a couple of years, so it was good to see it. It was fun to watch, fun to play, fun to tape. So I'm glad that we got to do that as well. I think for me the biggest disappointment was probably the lines, and to watch how they've changed from 2018 to now. If you're not in line at least 2 hours ahead of
2 hours,
there's no point, because now they give out tickets, and if you don't have a ticket, then there's no point. And then even with the tickets, you kind of a lot of people still stayed in line so that they could get in and out and get on with their day. So that was your FTE sleeper, which got banned shortly after. Yeah, that pipe jammer was cool. I mean, that thing did some damage. So, I feel like overall this was the closest to a nationals pre-COVID that we've had since the pandemic.
Yeah.
We were missing not all of the designers that normally come. We were missing the slideshow at the end of the night. But I think Mattel just got the last minute approval to come, so I think they did as best they could given the time frame that they had.
Yeah, and Brendan also mentioned that normally he would have more cars to show off. I think he brought 4 with him. Of course, the RLC Triassic gasser, the Chevy 454, which was cool to see. The Tradesman, he ended up showing that off later in the week. And what was the last one?
Like, I didn't even get to see any of those, so that's cool that you.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the Tradesman. I only seen it in pictures. But yeah, it was really. Oh, and I'm sorry, the red Mustang Cobra was the other one on package.
Nice.
So yeah, that was pretty cool to see some of that stuff. Some prototypes would have been really cool to see, in raw form.
Right.
Or 3D printed or etc. So I know there's not a lot of love for JDM, but I did pick this raw up as well. Had to give it some love.
Well, so speaking of the next show, Brian, I know you got the invite. So, the red, yes, was it the Power Wagon? Because I really,
Yes, correct. Yep, that was
I'm
on as well.
sad, very sad. I wanted to see that in person.
Yep.
Klein, if you're in, I know you got the invite. So if you want to pop in here, we might as well talk some diecast meat while we're in here, because I think there's some things to share with that. If you want, if you want to give us another update, that's great. Otherwise, I'm going to show you what I think was the steal for me as far as cars go. And this was a Sunday morning find at the toy show, and we're like maybe an hour before we have to get in the Uber and go. But what I got here is an MEA Christmas dinner 1935 Cadillac, or the classic Caddy. This is from 2012. I really wish I could take it out.
You're good there.
Yep. So we'll just kind of hold out here for Brian, and he'll come on. But for me, this is kind of like the highlight or the best deal, and it was an accident. I didn't even get to find, really didn't even try to find it, and there it showed up. So that was great too. Let's see. What did you think of the chapter meeting? Yeah. Yeah.
No. If you're a newsletter member, this is what they were handing out. The Dodge A100 comes with a sticker and a flimsy card. Enough said on that.
The Double Down guys were doing their normal thing where, whoever gets the best hand, you go find them, you get a card, and then you get a black chip. And whoever has the best hand will get to got a prize. And I think Roy won the top prize for that.
He did.
That was good. I have to rescue my puppy, so kind of hold the fort down.
Okay. As far as the meet and greet we'll just kind of go with the Double Down. They also gave out tickets for handouts of various cars. The Mustang 2-pack. There was a Chevy Silverado and a Cube. And then I believe there was a Camaro as well. So I won the Mustang 2-pack. We got the Mustang Mach 1. And we got the 92 Mustang. It was done by Stangler. And this one is 12 of 14. So kind of cool. It was nice to win something. And then when you registered, you were able to, pick up past convention cars if there was any available. So I picked up 3 more cars. I've been sleeping on this, so I got this picked up. Beautiful piece. And then I got the 17th Annual Collectors Nationals from Pittsburgh. The blown delivery. Sorry for all the glare there. And then the last one I picked up was the steampunk truck from LA, honoring Larry Wood. Really cool piece. All right. What else we got here? And I guess the cars didn't stop coming. Got home from convention and I finally got this bad boy. And club car. It was nice to finally get those in hand.
Okay, I'm back.
All right.
So you were talking about a couple other cars that you had gotten.
Yes.
Did you pick up a Nova?
The Nova Gasser?
Yeah.
I did for you.
Oh, that's right. You did. You did pick it up for me.
Yep.
Let's see. What else was there? The chapter meeting. I wanted to talk about that too.
Yes.
That was really cool to be a part of. We didn't do it last year, and we should have. And I regret not doing it. So I was glad we went. It was good to see that a lot of the clubs were experiencing the same things that we were and how they were dealing with the pandemic, how to gain new members, how to keep existing members, how to keep your shows relevant and whatnot. So that was cool to see. Okay.
Yes.
So our friend is about to take things over. Here's Mr. Brian Klein with an update on Diecast Meet.
What's up, Brian?
Hey, everyone. My mic working? Can everyone hear me? Am I good?
Yes, You're very good.
All right. Not too loud, is it? I had to kind of throw all this over on the other table. I wasn't expecting this, but I'll take it.
No, you sound perfect. So can you give us just a general overall update or
overall update is we made some posts what was it, last night or this morning they went out that the show is at and quickly exceeding 90% sold out. So very close to missing out. If you're on the fence, let us know. We don't want anyone to have to miss out. We're not trying to place any urgency on this, but just keeping everyone aware. I know we got week and a half or so left.
Yep.
But we're at about 90% of where we want to be at for the show. It's coming quick, and it's going to be a good show. Getting things lined up for the downhill race event, for the custom contest. I'm assuming, I'm pretty sure that there's someone in this video with me that's excited for that custom contest. So he's ready to go. But
ready to go.
Other than that, it's pretty much everything's been in place for a while. It's just been getting awareness out there and letting everyone know that possibly would want to come. We don't want anyone to miss out on it, and it's going to be a great time.
So you have your first question already, and that's from Hot Wheel Hunter. And he wants to know, is there going to be a release of names of who's selling, or is it all going to be a surprise?
That's a good question. I don't know if there's going to be a specific list. I hadn't thought about putting out a list, but now that you pose that question, if that's something people want to see, then for sure, we can get a list together and put it out there. It'll probably be early next week.
Okay. Now, do you want said vendors to put out what they're bringing, or do you want that to be left as a surprise too? Because I'm sure that's another question that folks may have.
Let's face it. Everyone that knows me in this hobby knows that I am painfully honest most times, but that's what keeps people coming back. And I'm just going to be honest. I find that when vendors post, what they're bringing to shows, or if there's an area for vendors to share what they're bringing to shows, what happens is it actually hurts those that attend. Most of the time, let's face it, we're all junkies of this hobby. And if people start posting pictures and others that, might be states away or can't make the show, they'll start PMing and saying, hey, can I get this from you? Well, then that takes away, some people that might want to come and buy that there. Well, sorry, it was sold before the show. So I'm not going to tell vendors that they can't post anything on their own. But as far as through diecast meet, I don't feel that it does anyone justice that's going to attend the show to have that put out there and possibly be gone before they even show up. So that's my stance on it. That's what I like to see, and the little bit that I can contribute to those who do come out to the show and who do attend.
Okay.
I agree 100%.
Okay, so speaking of contributing to the show, I saw last night, I think it was last night or this morning, that grand prize, and wow.
Oh, yeah.
Those cars together, just the mere just walking through the door gives you the opportunity to get them.
Yes,
and
yes.
At the $2 price to get in, you get one ticket, and there is more opportunity to get more tickets, correct?
Incorrect. Another thing that again, I'm probably being against the grain, so to speak, but I want to bring the best show I can bring for those that attend. And that includes the grand prize being available to every single person that attends, and every single person having the same chance to win it. I do not want to sell a single extra ticket that is included with this grand prize to anyone. I'm not condoning anyone else's choices and what they do with their shows and their raffles and how it works. There will be other raffle prizes. There'll be the big mystery box that actually is going to go to a local charity of a fellow member. There'll be plenty of other opportunities to buy tickets for other raffles. But as far as the grand prize is concerned, every single person gets a ticket that comes in the door. Every single vendor gets one ticket, just the same as anyone coming in. Odds are even across the board to win it, and there won't be any extra tickets able to be purchased. So someone can't go up and buy $100 worth of tickets and have better odds than anyone. One ticket per person, and that's how it goes.
And they must be present to win, correct?
That is correct, yes. Which we're not going to go all the way to the very last second of the show to draw for it. It'll be towards the end of the show, but we completely understand that people have lives outside of Hot Wheels, and I'm not going to make someone stand around for 4 or 5 hours to possibly win that prize. So
Terry wants to know if the dogs can get extra tickets.
No, sorry. You must have opposable thumbs to enter.
Okay. So let's see. You talked about the mystery box a little bit.
Yep.
I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was also...
Go ahead. Sorry. No, I'm good. Go ahead.
I was also going to say that our gold car that was entered into the charity auction at Nationals was redonated to Diecast Meet by the winner of that car.
Yes.
And they have graciously redonated that car, and we are super stoked that person did that. So that will be available. So somebody gets a chance to win a Volvo. a gold
Yeah,
vote.
special thanks and much appreciation to Mr. Caven Johnson for doing that.
Yes.
Yes.
Who has a pet monkey? Not me.
Hey, I like that for creativity. You bring a monkey to the show, I might consider giving an extra ticket. Just saying.
Yes, Corey, there is a custom contest. You want to explain that a little bit too there, Brian? What are the parameters for that, or the categories, so to speak?
Categories. Man, you're putting me on the spot.
I know.
I am not. I've been dealing with so many other things. I cannot remember the specific categories. I've got them written down. I just remember that there will be 3 different categories, and all of the voting will be done by those that attend the show. We had a long discussion about voting and who would be, I guess I would say qualified and unbiased to vote, and came to the consensus that those that attend the show will be the ones voting and deciding. So again, trying to keep it a very even keel. I know we had a limited time to put this first show together, and that that affected that call, but I think it's going to turn out really well. And yeah, let everyone people's choice,
So if I remember correctly, you can vote in each category. You get 1 vote in each category. So
Correct.
There were 3 categories. There was 16 and under. There was basically 16 and over. And then there's everybody else who has either won a contest or been entered in a regional style contest.
Yes.
And or has a signed deal or a known deal with another customizer.
Right. Yep.
So
sounds about right to me.
That way, I think the idea was to make it as fair as possible for everybody and make the competition level equal. So I think that's what it broke down to. So, I can vote for 1 vote in category A, 1 vote in category B, and 1 vote in category C.
Correct.
And we all get to do that. So whoever wins, whoever has the most votes in each category is going to be the winner, so to speak. If I remember that correctly from the discussions.
Yep, that sounds about right. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks since I've had to revisit that, so I'm being put on the spot. But that's okay. I'll take it.
Well, you're a big boy.
I try.
And we also have to give congratulations to Amelia too. She did an amazing job in the coloring contest.
So, yes, she did. She had a whole lot of fun with that. She definitely enjoyed her first nationals and said to me on the car ride home, I definitely want to go next year.
Good.
Nice.
So let's see. Let's talk about the downhill racing, or the modified left-right turn downhill race, I guess.
Right. That is probably what I'm looking forward to the most. We are going to do an all-out Mario Kart style downhill race. I have the Rainbow Road track set that we will be racing on, and it will be limited to Mario Kart releases, not the character cars, but the actual Mario Kart releases, to enter in to race them and see which one comes out on top.
Nice.
Anyone can enter. We are going to have a handful of extra cars available for purchase for anyone that's not available to get one at their local store or happens to forget one, or so on and so forth. We want that to just be a whole lot of fun. And there is a whole plethora of different carts and characters and back and forth. There's a whole bunch of them to choose from. So I don't feel that anyone's going to have any particular advantage that I can think of over anyone else, because there's multiple combinations throughout that whole line I know weight has a lot to do with the speed of a downhill car, and I'm telling you, there's just so many combinations that I don't know if you could efficiently pick a definitive fast car to bring.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. There will be.
Go ahead.
Will there be any club presence? Any local club presence? I know Mid-States will be represented.
Mid-States will, and I had talked early on with the All Iowa Club. I haven't touched base with them or heard back from them on anything super solid, but I'd sure love it if some of them could come out and show presence for the All Iowa Club. Naturally, that's a club I've been a part of for many, many, many years, and I'd love for them to come over for it. But I know that their show is coming up pretty close to this one. It's just the way it worked out. That was the only thing I didn't like about the date that we picked for this, but any other date was just not going to work. So hopefully some of that crew will be over. I know that Stacy Craig had said that he would love to come, but I believe he has a wedding to attend that weekend. Yeah. So I think I'll be gracious enough to give him a pass on that one. But yeah, I'd spoke to Barb for a little bit, and hopefully they can make it over. That'd be great. Really great.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay, so let's see. I can't really think of anything more. I'm very excited about the fact that we're 90% sold out for the show,
right,
in terms of tables.
Yep.
I believe you said there was no Saturday setup, correct? As of right now?
No, as of right now, we're not going to do a Saturday, an early bird setup for this one. Just the cost of the venue for that extra half a day to get in there early wasn't going to be feasible this go around. I believe that I'll be able to get in there plenty early enough for anyone that wants, for those vendors coming to set up. I think we'll be plenty early enough to get that taken care of, in a timely fashion and give them plenty of time to set up.
Say hi to Derek Daly too. He popped in.
Hey, Derek, how's it going?
And Derek Nice too.
And Derek Nice, yeah. I do have something sitting here though that I could show a little sneak peek of. Just happens to be in arm's reach.
Why don't you do that?
Okay.
I like surprises.
Okay, yeah. So this may or may not be a little project that we worked on, kind of put together as quick as we could to have available at the show. So we'll show that up there.
Ooh.
This is going to be one of the 2 event cars that will be there. The Cherry Bomb Custom Nova with the Diecast Meat logo. But for those of you watching, you get the sneak peek first. But she is quite the beaut. I'm really liking how this turned out. But that's one of them. I'm not going to show the other one tonight, but that one was sitting right near me. So for those tuning in, you got to see it first.
Now, that's something new that had never been discussed or shared until tonight, folks. So you're getting to see something amazing, and I can't wait to see the other one once it comes out. Do we know do you want to share who made them?
That was in conjunction with our good friend Dave Baumgardner out there in C4 land. He was the one that did the paint and deco on them. Naturally, I drilled them apart and stripped them, but that really isn't too difficult. Dave was the real hero here. He did all the paint and deco work, and it turned out really great. The car looks really nice. Probably the video and pictures won't do it justice. because it's going to look great.
Maybe he'll be lucky enough to get one. I know he always strikes out when he gets, when the club cars get done with us. He never seems to get one for whatever reason.
We shall see. There's not going to be very many of them. So if you're wanting to pick up one of those event cars, you're going to want to be there and ready to go in the door just as soon as they open.
And there's 25 of the Nova, correct?
15.
15.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes. Like I said, this was something that kind of came together as a fun project. Not all that long ago, these got all designed and ironed out. So we working with what we got for this one, but the main focus of the show has been to just bring a really great group of people together to have just as many cars available to shop for and fun things going on in the day. Just a really good, fun atmosphere for all of us to share in collecting.
Very nice.
Very good.
I mean, I just I think the amazing thing about the Nova and the other car was the time frame in which these were put together, designed, sent out, stripped, painted, repainted.
Yep.
So hats off to yourself and Dave.
Yes.
As well. And
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Big thanks to Dave for cranking that out. What, about 3 weeks?
3 weeks, yes.
Yep.
And the quality of the car or cars is just amazing.
Oh
in and
yeah.
of itself.
Definitely.
And as Brent likes to say, and is the motto on the flyer, come for the cars, stay for the friendship.
Definitely. That's what it's all about.
Trader fee or anything like that. No, this is not a mid-states show. This is a diecast meet show. So there's none of our standard rules for shows apply. This is a separate standalone show that is organized by Diecast Meet and will be spotlighting mid-states and the All Iowa Club if they are able to get anybody to come to the show because of the late time frame and closeness to other shows. We would love to have them. We would love to share that spotlight with them, or even anyone from the top of the Iowa Club as well. But
definitely,
we just gotta wait and see. And
yep.
I would love for them to come hang out with us, spend some time, and just have a good time doing cars.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Be a lot of fun.
Hey, David, how are you? I was not able to see any of your bugs, and the same thing with Reagan. The 57s you were looking for, I didn't even see them. So I feel bad that I wasn't able to help you out. So anything else you want to share on Diecast Meet?
I think we've touched all the main topics. Just want to remind everyone again, that it is, I don't want anyone to be surprised. It is $3 at the door. That's just simply to help us cover the cost of the venue. Also to offset some of the prizes, this big, the grand door prize, that ain't the only prize that's on the table. I don't really want to share what other prizes are going to be there, but you're definitely going to enjoy them. We'll just put it that way. But other than that, I hope everyone can make it out that wants to come out, everyone in the area, and maybe some people that aren't very close. I'd like to see a lot of friends that I run into at nationals and other shows around the area come on over and just hang out, have a good time. There's going to be some good food there. There's going to be some good friends and hopefully a lot of fun.
So Troy would like to know, where's the show at?
The show is in Fremont, Nebraska. It is at the City Auditorium in Fremont, Nebraska.
That's downtown,
Mm-hmm.
right off of I think 77 or 7. Yeah, 77. You just take the main drag right on in. So
Yep.
Speaking of food, I hear there's a food truck that will be serving both breakfast and lunch.
That is correct.
Nice.
They will be in there. So they're serving kind of a different take on like the Philly cheesesteak subs. They've got mini French toast for breakfast and several things. Gosh darn it, I'm just ill prepared all over the place tonight. Leaving for 2 weeks definitely does not help my being organized.
So
maybe you have it on your end because my phone's up there. I can't access the name of the place.
So if you go to Diecast Meat, you're gonna see that I don't know if we linked it or not, but there's a post in there for Game Time Philly. That is the food vendor that was selected for this. The great thing about Game Time Philly was that they were going to reach out to Diecast Meat and ask to be the vendor because one of their owners or helpers is a collector themselves. So that was just an awesome coming together of two ideas. Let's see. Dave wants to know, do you need to be there the entire time? In order to win the convention cars, yes, you have to be present to win them. They will be towards the end of the show, but not towards the very end. So
the show, I'll put it to you as blunt as I can. The show is from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You have to be present to win. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there that we will tentatively plan on announcing that around 2:15, 2:30. Pulling the ticket for the grand prize. I don't want anyone to show up, at 9:30 or quarter till 10, waiting to get in and then have to mill around. That just doesn't sound fun to me. So I'll tentatively put that out there right now, make a decision about, quarter after 2:30, we're going to look at pulling that ticket. So you just have to be there at that time you have to be present to win the grand prize. But we will be pulling out prizes all throughout the event. So
let me ask this question because I'm sure there's some people that are thinking of it. You can come to the show, do a little bit, and then if you decide to leave, you can come back in, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not gonna imprison people. I say that lightly because that's just what it sounds like. We're not gonna make someone show up and stay put or you aren't eligible to win. No. If you want to show up at 10, pay your entry fee and grab your ticket and leave and come back at 2. Hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Probably not going to be as fun that way, but if that's what you want to do, have at it.
Okay, so we've got another race. Do you need to be there before noon? You should be there a little bit before noon, I would think, just similar to like being there for the grand prize. You want to make sure you're there with enough time to make sure you get your car registered. I would say would be my advice on that.
Yes.
Derek Daly wants to know what time do vendors have to be there.
I haven't totally firmed that up. I received some new information yesterday on the time at which we can get access to the building. So I want to firm that up and understand exactly when we can get access to the building to then put out, hey, this is what time we're going to start letting vendors in to set up. I should have that information all ironed out very soon. I'll say very soon.
Okay, so hopefully we'll be seeing that in the next couple of days here.
Yes.
Yes, one-way elevators are amazing, but we don't have any elevators at this location. This is not the bank. And for those who don't know, the last show that we had out at the bank, the elevators weren't working exactly the way they were supposed to. So you could go up, but you couldn't get back out sometimes. So we had to get that fixed. Great questions, by the way, that everyone has.
Definitely,
And,
yes.
It's good to put us on our toes like that. I'm super excited. I know we announced that our sign that we had signed by the designers is going to be available at Diecast Meet. I don't know if we're going to have it on our page or at our club table, if we're going to turn that over to the prize people, but that'll be there as well for us. And along
Either
with
way, somebody else is taking it home.
Exactly, because I ain't going home with it. Okay. Let's see. We talked about Game Time Philly. We've talked as also there's a tentative. I shouldn't say tentative schedule. There is a published schedule out there, and just understand times may flex a little bit more or later, depending on how things are going. But I do believe Brian is going to keep to that schedule as close as he can.
Yes.
So please, feel free to ask questions before next Sunday.
Also on the food, I did want to add in, we did secure the venue's kitchen. They do have a kitchen area. So the Game Time Philly folks will be inside, set up in that kitchen, which is really great considering we have no idea what Mother Nature's going to do. And if Mother Nature decides to rain all day, nobody wants to stand out in the rain at a food truck. So that food's going to be right inside for everyone to get nice and dry.
Nice.
If you wish to take your life into your own hands, James, by all means. By all means. I am not responsible to any harm or damage to you. Yeah. Oh, Derek's got a hotel booked. Nice. Well, I know where we're crashing Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Anyone that wears Hawkeye colors, I will definitely be sending a shout out your way. Maybe I should send the word out to everyone. Let's fill the place with Hawkeye colors. That'd be pretty cool.
Where's the mute at? Where's the mute at? No, we don't need to do that. I mean, yeah, my house. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we should have that. I really don't have any other questions. Does anybody else have any? Yeah, go Big Red. Boo, Iowa. Yeah, Dave, as long as it's go Big Red. Or, I'm really looking forward to this. I think it's just going to be a fun, relaxing Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Where we can all just get together, have some friends. And, we haven't ripped a car yet tonight. You know that? We have not ripped a car all night long.
I'm going to say in the last 48 hours, I've probably ripped about over 100 cars.
That's a lot.
That Carney case that I just got it
looks pretty full.
It's about 10 slots from being full. Oh, are you going to open that?
No, I'm not opening that. Even
I mean,
have my limits.
I already opened my Japan C10.
Yeah, but
that's the only way you're going to one up me.
You have two C10s.
What are you talking about? Two C10s? Listen to this guy.
Yeah, I'm right. That's the only way I'm going to open up one of those. And I'm not spending what I spent to, let's do this. Let's go. Let's do some vintage. I like vintage.
Vintage, huh?
This thing was hecka cool. Hecka cool.
Right. I'm trying to think what I possibly have in arm's reach that could be open.
I've got some classic 1980s air to be. Oh, okay. So we've got another question here from Mr. Melville, and this is
what do you got?
He has a great question. He wants to know if there's going to be any vendor buy, sell, trade before doors open to the public. That's a good question because I really didn't even think about that.
I will just put it this way. We've all been there many, many times. And no matter what I say here, every vendor is going to do in their own manner what they want to do. I will say that if you're a vendor and you're there and your real reason to be there is to be a part of and put on a good show and, sell your, have your stuff available for those that come into the show, then you probably won't do any backdoor deals, we call them. But I can't stop it. It's not like I'm going to walk around with a ruler and smack my stick on your table and go, hey, stop that. I really don't know how to properly answer that other than it would be appreciated if those that are vendors wouldn't gobble up all the good price deals and all the good stuff before the public comes in. That would be greatly appreciated. But again, we all know how this goes. No matter what I say here, people are going to do what they want to do, and it is what it is. That's how this hobby works, right?
I'll add on to that a little bit. I get what Brian's trying to say. I think it hurts the overall, not the vendor experience, but the buyer experience. If everything is all gathered up and scooped up before the doors open. And I get it from the vendor side too, because if this goes the way that I expect it to, they're not going to get very many times to shop either. So you can't police it. You can't control it.
Right.
I would think, within reason, the vendors would all probably work together and say, okay, let's, what's the best for everybody. And that's kind of hard to do that.
And I'm not here to condone or pass judgment. We've all done it. It's just part of the hobby. These cars are something that you chase after and you want a good price and a good deal. And, most times it's however you can get it, but I really don't want to put a firm rule down there, because in reality, whatever rule I put down, I'm going to have to either answer to that rule or enforce that rule. And I don't want to be put in that position where I got to make someone unhappy because of something that everybody does.
Yep. I get it. Yep. So I just want to say you're very much welcome, Miss Barb. I'm glad to hear that you and Jonathan made it home safely. Miss Deb would like to know, are there tablecloths available? And if not, the size of the tables?
Tables are 30 inches deep by 8 foot long. I do not believe that we have tablecloths in the works right now, but I can make a phone call and see if that's possible, because I do have an outside vendor bringing all the tables, and I'll see if that is an option that can be had. Put it to you that way.
Okay, so David wants to know, is there a spot where you can go out and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for?
I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. So like where you can announce before the show what you're looking for to see if vendors might bring it?
Yes.
That's a very good one. I might have to get. I'm not sure how to do that. Other than just putting a public post up, for people to comment on.
Yeah, I think that's how it's been done on other places.
Excuse me.
To me, maybe out of fairness, if we're not letting the vendors post, hey, this is what I'm bringing, I don't know if we want to, if you want to look at something where it's a double-edged sword, honestly.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
But that's a very good question. Very good question. Okay. We got any other questions? I know we're going super long tonight, but I was
surprised you wanted me on this late. I was like, oh crap, he wants me on.
Well, I didn't realize we were going to talk post convention stuff as long as we did. And, you know, it was worth it. We had lots of good times with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, you know, if nobody has else, if we don't have any other questions, you know, you're always free to message the folks at Diecast Meet or make a post.
Yes.
Well, you can't make a post yet. I don't think that's been turned on. You can always message on Diecast Meet, or you can ask questions on Mid States.
Yeah.
As well. Those questions will get fielded over to Brian, and they will get answered as quickly as they can. I just want to put out there for folks who do have tables, if you have 1 or 2 tables, I would really recommend picking up that third table, because,
Yes.
you know, for $5 extra, if you have two tables, for $5 extra, you're going to get another 8 feet of space, and you're only in it for $5. So if you get 3 or more tables, you're at $45, vice 2 tables at $40. So if you're one of those vendors that has 1 or 2 tables, if you can swing it and you have the stuff to do it, maybe pick up that third table, because that means you're bringing that much more stuff, or have the ability to put out that much more stuff without having to put it on the floor where it may not be seen.
Yep. I would agree wholeheartedly.
So that's just my 2 cents. I don't got anything else. I want to rip a car open.
I found something to open.
Nice.
Cool.
Nick, do you have anything to open?
No.
Yep.
He's got something to open.
Yeah. For those of you that missed Brian's Carnage extravaganza.
Yeah, we haven't done one of those in a while. Which yours was pretty epic. Okay, let's just get into it.
Who you want to go first? I'll go first.
You go first.
This does not happen often for me, but I have a super to open.
Ooh.
The Toyota off-road pickup from, what year was this? 2015. This is a pretty nice piece. I got this in a trade at Nationals. But there she be.
Nice.
In all of its $1 glory.
So, Brian, you've been asked, are you going to have another surplus sale?
Surplus sale?
Yes.
As far as like selling off some of my cars?
Yes.
I don't see it in the near future. But I can't, you know, every day is different. I take it all one day at a time. Who asked that, by the way?
That was Hot Wheel Hunter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't foresee that in the near future, but you never know. There might be something that I need to purchase or do a week from now, and that might all change. Family comes first. I'll put it that way.
Yes.
Yes.
Brent is letting us know that there might be a ripping party of, like, we're probably going to have to wade through cars with his, because his cases are done.
I want to be invited to that party.
I want to personally go, but even I'm not getting an invite to do that.
He's cutting us off.
Caven is an enthusiastic opener because he doesn't open anything of his own, so he lives vicariously through others that do, for what it's worth.
Okay, so what's Alicia's thoughts on the opening? Because that's what Caven said. There's an inside joke there.
No comment.
No. That's not how this works.
No comment on that one. Alicia supports me in my hobbies. I'll just leave it at that. All right, you're up, Nick.
All right. Well, I got a Charlotte Convention piece number 1264 of 6200. Yep.
Oh,
Pretty low number. You think you guys probably know by now? Be
oh yeah.
a little S2000 action.
S2K. Oh, I hate those plastic inserts.
I love them.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we match. Our colors match. Look at that.
Yeah, they do. Sweet.
Oh crap!
This is
I gotta
nice.
have another red car.
It is a really
Make
pretty
out the
car.
spoiler. Yeah.
I'll tell you why I love those plastic car inserts, because there are cars from the late 90s to mid 2000s that people just leave on blisters, and then they end up with cardboard on them, and that just annoys
Road
the
rash.
heck out of. Yes. All right, so I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna do the Jeep Scrambler Real Riders.
Nice.
This is probably one of my favorite 80s castings, black wall castings. I just love the Jeep overall. It is a white hub. Those that know, I gave one of these away. I found it for 75 cents. It had a couple flea bites in it, but I gave it away to a kid at a show in Norfolk a couple of years ago. They still have it. They're very happy with it. But this is the one I'm going to open tonight.
Oh.
Ooh.
That sounds like
in
some
that
glue.
Breathe that 80s air.
Yeah, I was going to say, what year of air is that coming out?
That is 1983 Air.
83.
That's got to be worth something.
I'm
betting you could still smoke in the factory, so you may get some secondhand from that one.
You know,
back in that year.
You know what the best part about it is? This rubber band looks better than any of the rubber bands from the plastic ones from the 100% cars.
Right.
So whoever had this took very good care of it, kept it in a nice spot, and I don't have to worry about it eating it up. Now, if I can just get it off the thing.
Is it holding something down?
No, so back in the day, you can see here.
Okay.
They had these slots, so it prevented it from doing this and
Gotcha.
this. So it's pretty ingenious. I don't have any roof rub, which for the Jeeps, especially the silver one with the black roof, they like to crack and roof rub a lot. So that's very cool. There's no ifs, no scratches. The paint looks good. You know, maybe a little bit of toning in the rear end, but overall, just a very, very nice car. And I paid $60 for it, but I think the going rate on most of these cars are getting there. So I'm happy with it. It rolls well. It is just a beautiful. I love it. Little yellow on the blister, but hey, what do you expect? It's that great 80s polluted California air.
All that is America.
Yeah. So yeah, Dave, why they had the rubber band was basically to keep the car secure, and so it wouldn't roll back and forth and punch through the blister over time. So pretty ingenious way of doing this for back in the day. Probably led to why we have those clear plastic rubber bands that we all love to hate. But that's all I got. So, well, that's all I got. Any last comments from you guys?
I think I'm good.
I just want to, I do have a quick comment. Brent obviously, having technical difficulties tonight, so he couldn't be live, but I just wanted to tell him thank you for allowing me to do his rope cars for the convention. It was awesome to see, the reception from it. And
there.
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to do that.
Oh, speaking of that, you got to do some work on mine.
Okay. And I'll let Brent show his. I won't show mine.
You guys get the special ones.
Yeah.
I didn't get the special one. I had to request it.
I didn't either. I guess I'm not part of the cool kids club.
When is the pink party coming?
Your guess
I
is
don't
as good
know.
as mine.
Yeah.
I heard rumors on what it was. I can't remember what it was, though. I had heard they had mentioned a car, but I couldn't remember what that car was. Do you remember what?
The pink party car?
Yeah,
Blown delivery.
that's right.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I thought you'd mention that.
Wildly underrated casting.
Yeah.
I know Terry is going to want one very much. Oh, sorry, Nick, I cut you off.
No, I just was going to ask Brian, what was your favorite car from convention?
Favorite that I got total or favorite of convention releases?
Just in total.
In total? Yeah. Kent's right.
That one?
Yeah, that one's at the top. I've been waiting
Nice.
since 2011 when that casting debuted for it to be a, numbered premium release beyond just, the $5 stuff at the retail shops. So
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm pretty excited, and I hope there's good feedback and response to that so that we see it again. I'd love to see it with the RLC treatment now.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So, yep, that's all I got.
Oh yeah.
That's all I got. Yeah, she's going to love that. She's going to freak. Okay, well, folks, we are about 3 minutes shy of 2 hours. I really didn't expect us to go that long, but it just shows how awesome you guys are, how much input
Likewise.
you guys have and provided, and everyone out there as well. Great questions, great comments again tonight. And if you have friends that are mildly interested, tell them about Diecast Meet, tell them about the local clubs in the area, get the word out. We're going to have some fun and just enjoy each other's company. And with that, I say good night. You guys can say good night too.
Good night.
Good
Thanks,
morning,
everybody.
Just because I'm a rebel.
Good evening.
Well,
good morning.
Well, you're from
Good
Iowa. All right, Truman. All right, later,
All right,
y'all.
bye, everybody.
See ya. Thanks.